Going on, guys? It is Greasy here, but of course, not literally. And today I just kind of wanted to talk about Fire Emblem and Fire Emblem as a franchise. If you guys didn't see my past videos or elsewhere online, Fire Emblem did get a new game announcement at the latest direct. It was the final announcement, and if most gaming things in general, especially like announcements and stuff, the last one is usually the big one, the thing that they're kind of holding on to. And it was Fire Emblem. People aren't that happy about it. I've seen a couple of tweets, but I've seen this one passed around a lot. I'm not going to play the video, but it mostly is just a couple of guys watching the direct. The Fire Emblem trailer starts to play, and he's like, Kid Icarus, it's Kid Icarus, and then it's Fire Emblem, and he's like, God damn it, this sucks, type shit. It's not exactly what he says, but and people are kind of like, let's take a look at some of these comments. Not all of them are negative, of course, but like this guy, it's time for you to actually play Fire Emblem. That's true. That is true. Fire Emblem hate is so forced. That is true. I think Fire Emblem should have been a mid-direct announcement. Definitely not the last. All of us, sleepy face. I feel like, and I might be guilty of being one of these people too. A lot of people were tired of Fire Emblem. A lot of people didn't really know too much about it, and it got shoved down their throats in Smash Bros. And they were like, a hate train started. And it's just, I don't know. I don't hate Fire Emblem. I don't. I think it's a good, fun strategy RPG. And I'm just starting to play Three Houses because I do believe this game might be connected to Three Houses in some way. I've been hearing that, so. Maybe expect a review for that. I'm not too far into it, only about like an hour, 30 minutes, but yeah. I don't know. People really hate Fire Emblem. I don't think they should. I don't think they played it. And a lot of people downplay its hype. Like, this is a final direct? Yes. It's Fire Emblem is, final announcement worthy. And a lot of people don't realize that it's a huge franchise, and I feel like a lot of Nintendo's smaller, quote unquote, smaller IPs get kind of thrown under the bus by most fans. I mean, sometimes if it's not Mario, Zelda, Metroid, or Kirby, some of the big characters, they don't give a shit. They just don't. Xenoblade Chronicles is great. The fans like it, but you never see people like begging for a new one at the direct, except for people in the fan base, which isn't all of Nintendo. You see a lot of people like, we got this and not a new 3D Mario. I don't want. I'm not going into every direct being like, where's the new 3D Mario? I'm keeping an open mind to new things, new games from IPs that, maybe people don't care about too much. But yeah, let's take a look at more of these comments. I know, right? I just don't care about FE, couldn't get into it. That's fair. If you don't like it, at least you tried. I'm tired of Fire Emblem. I just wanted Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD. Wind Waker is on the Switch. Or the Switch 2 at least. Twilight Princess HD, I get it. I'm waiting on it too, man. Ho's mad. Perhaps. You know what they say, the only people who don't like Fire Emblem have never played one. That is true. I feel like a lot of people who haven't, tried it just kind of see the combat and they're like, this looks boring. But the combat's actually really fun and really interesting. I actually played a game recently. Stella Glow on the 3DS. It's got the same strategy RPG combat. It's really fun. It's just a little slow. So go into the Three Houses where things are snappier. A lot more fun. Anyways, I don't know, just a thought, but maybe y'all should start playing Fire Emblem. You know what? I agree with this guy. I'm gonna give it a try. I love generic anime game. That's such a stupid take. People are God, these people, man. God, Twitter is such a cesspool. I'm sorry. This is such a stupid take. This guy is wrong. Just because a game has an anime art style, games are made in Japan. Anime is big over there. It's just the way it is. And if you discount a game for having that kind of art style, you're missing out on multiple masterpieces. So this guy's he's just not gonna have a fulfilled life. It's just how it is. God, people in these replies are obnoxious as fuck. Let us Fire Emblems have a win, please. You know what? I agree. Can't account for your bad taste. Jesus. Yeah. As a Kid Icarus fan, I'm ashamed that you are also a fan. Please shut the fuck up and never speak ever again. Damn. These Fire Emblem fans take this shit seriously. I mean, we are due for a new Kid Icarus game. I would like that. Y'all actually expect a Kid Icarus when Sakurai is already working on a Kirby game right now. I'm sorry, but that's your own fault at that point. I do agree. I saw a lot of people on that point of Sakurai working on a game already. I have seen a lot of people, talking about like, well, why I was really hoping for Smash at, the end of the direct. And if you were hoping for Smash, I don't know what to tell you. It's not going to happen. Not for another like 4 years or 3, maybe at the least. Because Sakurai's he's now working on anything else in the background, and they're not going to make a Smash or announce a Smash without Sakurai. So it's just how it is. But I do think we will see one for the Switch too. And people who say there isn't going to be one, come on, bro. How is that even going to be possible when Sakurai was still busy with Air Riders? What? Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay, so just repeating the same point that last guy had. I'd love a sequel to Uprising, but what's the connection here? Genuinely curious. Fuck Fire Emblem. What the hell? What you got against Fire Emblem? We lost. Oh my god, dude. You know what? Reddit. Go back to Reddit, guys, with that Waluigi shit. I don't care. Waluigi is such a lame fucking character, dude. I don't care. Like, Wario's got sauce. He's got games. He's got motion. Waluigi? Yeah, he's in like what, the tennis games? Dude, I don't care. I just don't care. Why wasn't Waluigi in Smash? What's he gonna do? You got Wario. He's got games. He's got things to pull from. What the fuck is Waluigi gonna do? Swing a tennis racket? What else? What else is he gonna do? He doesn't have anything. That might be a hot take, but that's just how it is, guys. Salty, this was like the only good thing in the direct. I don't agree with that, but yeah, it was definitely it was a highlight. It's cool seeing a super polished looking Fire Emblem game coming to the Switch too. You have good politics, but dog shit game opinions. Sad. I don't know anything about his politics. I played Fire Emblem. It's extremely fucking boring. Some people just have short attention spans. Like I said, I just never really got into Fire Emblem because I didn't know where to start. But, I don't think the combat's bad in the slightest. And I think it's pretty fun, actually. Maybe play the fucking game before hating on it. Truth nuke right there. You hate what you don't know. Yep. You're based for wanting Kid Icarus, but not wanting to have... Yeah, I agree. I'd like a new Kid Icarus game. Brother, just play the game and shut up. I hope Nintendo makes Fire Emblem their main yearly franchise and mascot out of spite for the fat Western Nintendo adults. Yeah, I don't know about that, but it would be cool. I would like to see more Fire Emblem stuff. It's not a bad thing. But I've seen a lot of tweets just like Sakurai really killed Fire Emblem for most Nintendo fans, and I'm kind of like, yeah. I mean, I don't really think it's his choice. I feel like a lot of them were like, Nintendo was like, okay, put the Fire Emblem character in. We need to promote the game. And then he's like, oh, okay. But I mean, that's how I feel about Min Min. I think Min Min was she was an industry plant like the Fire Emblem characters. I mean, Fire Emblem characters were fun to play though. Being a fan of Nintendo but not liking one of their flagship franchises, that's true. People be like, yeah, I'm a huge Nintendo fan. And then they play like Mario and Zelda, and as good as those are, you gotta branch out a little bit, guys. People be hating on the Switch 2 for, there's no games. Branch the fuck out, guys. I came across like a TikTok post of a girl. She was like, how has it been 8 years since a new 3D Mario? I'm like, actually, we just got the new 3D platformer for, that Nintendo's been working on. It's called DK Bonanza. Like, play it. She's like, doesn't look that good. I'm like, yeah, dude. They state they're starving. You give them food, and then they throw it back at you. I don't know what to say. This ain't Smash Bros. Dog. You don't need to hate on Fire Emblem. And yeah, good point. Coming from an FE fan, me too. I can't stand Three Houses mechanic. I'm interested in the story, but gameplay-wise, it just looks boring. I'm actually playing Three Houses right now, so, I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that take, but, it is what it is. I mean, that is kind of like how I see it. I know it is like one of the more different games in the franchise, but I do think, I don't know, I was kind of worried about playing that one first because I was worried it might ruin the other ones for me if it's really that different. Like, I enjoy it a lot, and then the other ones just don't interest me. But gameplay-wise, I don't know, it feels the same. From, like, the little bit I've played of other FE games, it's just, like, kind of like the story and other sections of it. Guess the 200th iteration of Mario jumping platforms would have been better for you. Yeah, that's basically it. Salty, actually play a Fire Emblem, and you will change your mind. Play... What was that? Thracia for the immediate serotonin boost that is stealing shit off an enemy's hand with your fat at. I don't know what this guy is talking about. Anyway, guys, I just kind of wanted to go through this post and talk about it. Why do people hate Fire Emblem? Is it because of Smash Bros? Probably. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I just don't think a lot of people like RPGs, JRPGs. People say they're Nintendo fans, and then they, you hand them a copy of Xenoblade Chronicles, and they're like, what is this? What is this? And I mean, yeah, that's just kind of my thoughts on it. But, let me know what you guys think about Fire Emblem in the comments below, whether you think that the trailer was hype or not. If you did, let me know. Let me know what you guys think. If you enjoyed the video, please consider liking and subscribing. I am Greasy, but of course, not literally. And I will see you all next time.